Hey guys, so we are looking at the higher quotient LinkedIn ads, and I'm going to go over the results so far. So let's take a look. So I have it backtracked to the last 30 days, and if we look at the overall performance, you'll see with clicks, some of the adjustments we've made just in volumes, volume, impression, cost per click, been on a journey. So I'll show you what we've done as some of this is changing. So one of the things we were looking at is the audience network, and as we saw, so this is, let me show you this. So on the audience network, and this is really a shift from LinkedIn. This is not how it was even a month and a half ago. It really started changing more. So I went through, these are the exclusions for audience network. I went through and I excluded absolutely every single category and subcategory except for these two things: human resources and business software. Everything else I excluded. And I did this last week. And this was basically me saying, okay, I will give it, there was a couple personal finance ones that I let, okay. So that is a handful of subcategories. There's probably like 5 subcategories. You see all these exclusions. And yet it still spent, let's see, look at the last 7 days and do this breakdown on off network. And you'll see it still spent $320 on the audience network and $163 on LinkedIn. So what I've done in order to fix this situation and put it on, because to me, 30% is okay to go on the audience network as like a supplement, but it should not overtake the ad budget. So what I've done is I've actually duplicated the cold campaign, and then I've split the ad spend between the two campaigns in order to control the budget. So this campaign here is going to not include audience network at all. And this campaign up here will allow it to still spend some on audience network. But that budget of what's allowed to be on audience network is limited to $10 a day. And even in this campaign, it'll still be mostly audience network, and then a third of it will still be on LinkedIn. So this should actually limit our audience network spend, enable us to improve the quality. But still, I still think it's a valuable resource. Not all of those clicks are poor quality bot clicks or whatever. It's just, we don't want it to overtake the budget. So I believe this is the best solution, where we have it split and controlled, and it's still the same overall budget. So the next thing I want to show you is that we actually have started retargeting. So I built this initial campaign out. It was just using duplicate images, just to see if we could get into retargeting before month 2. It finally kicked in and was actually taking some spend. So let's look at that. It's only getting a click a day right now. It's getting a couple hundred impressions. This one is completely on LinkedIn. And the other thing we'll start to see as we go, so this isn't being supplemented by audience network at all. We might, and I don't think, I'll look at the budget, but I don't think we'd want to do that. I think we can leave this one on LinkedIn. And what you'll see though is as the retargeting audience grows, the cost per click will slowly come down. So I think in the first couple of days, it was $30 cost per click, and then 33, and then 25, and then 15. So as this grows, that should actually gain momentum, and that will continue to go down. Let's see. And the other thing is, we can continue to optimize cost per click. This is only 4 days in, so this is a really small sample size. But I mean, just in the short run that we've had, going from a 0.47 click-through rate up to a 0.93, that's a double. So that's a dramatic improvement. But that's going to be up and down the first week or two. We're going to start to see a baseline, and then we can start to improve from there. So the next thing I would say is that we probably have enough data here to look at pausing or killing some of the cold ads and funneling that spend into the top performers. So let's look at that. So here we're looking at the cold ad campaign, and I've sorted it by click-through rate. So at the very top, we have a click-through rate of 0.57, and let me just click into this, because what usually happens is we actually start to get some social proof. And I will add to this a little bit. We can pump this up. We start to get a little social proof, and that only helps us gain more and more momentum. And this ad, with a couple of likes, has already probably, it was already one of the better ads, I guess, and then started because of that to get a couple of likes. And then as that ad continues to get placed more and more, it'll continue to pick up more of that social proof, and it'll continue to drive down like the cost per click. So if we look at the performance of just this ad, we'll see, and some of this is the audience network, so some of that will get smoothed out. But what you'll see is it's probably not the best show here, is that this ad will actually start picking up traction as well, and as an individual ad will start getting lower cost per clicks and higher click-through rate. So that's probably a bad example to show, because we've done a lot with the audience network that's kind of thrown it up and down. But we have enough spend here. So this is all time. On average, about 2 to 3 people are being shown ads from this ad set. So with that in mind, we probably want to dial this down to the top 2 or 3 performing ads slowly over time. So I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to leave these ones at the top. And we've already slowly started to get rid of some of these. And the other thing we can do is these, actually I'll leave this one for now. As we see some ads that work, we can duplicate this image and try different texts. But it will be kind of hard to compare that, because once this one starts accumulating likes, even the exact same ad duplicated would lag behind this one, because this one has more social proof. But we can look at the different images and the intro text that is getting more attention and kind of learn from that with our other ads. So the other thing that we're waiting on is we should have the new creatives for that new plan that we talked about, the podcast, the blog, and introducing those into the retargeting layer. So we should have that coming in the next day or so as well.